back for another episode of Buzz on Real Estate. I am Bryce Osepic, aka Broker Bryce, owner of Coldwell Banker Anabasis Realty, your host, and I am here interviewing Kelly with ICI Homes, and I am so happy to have you here today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming. I've learned so much about you, and I'm excited to have you on the show.
Thank you.
And so where are you from originally? I know you said you moved to Jacksonville. You had a relocation
realtor. Well, it's crazy. I grew up in California.
Okay.
My parents moved to Cincinnati when I was in high school, so went to college in Kentucky, and then found my way to Orlando, Disney.
Orlando? From Kentucky?
I know.
Was Disney what brought you there?
Originally, I met my husband on the college program at Disney, and we went back to our schools, and then we were like, let's get married. Where do we live? And we said, Orlando's a great place. So we moved to Orlando, lived there for a while, and then he got a job, a great opportunity up in Jacksonville. So that brought us up here.
What is your husband doing?
So he actually, he's an industrial engineer.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, so now he's doing a lot of different things. So
that's awesome.
It's good times.
So you had a relocation realtor that brought you here, and you started kind of doing her job for her, and that let you know that maybe you should get into real estate. So that might have been, I guess, the catalyst for you wanting to get into it. And you were with KW for a little bit, and then moved into ICI. So I know that you're doing a lot of luxury new builds and things like that. So tell me a little bit, how did you find ICI? Why did you want to work with them? What are you guys doing differently?
So ICI Homes, we're just kind of a unicorn right now in the market. And when I was in general real estate, I had a passion for the new construction and like building walls and creating somebody's space instead of just making a space work for them. I wanted to make a space where a buyer could see themselves in a space, right? So I started interviewing with a couple different builders, and ICI was a good fit, and the culture is amazing. I've been there 9 years now, which has flown by, I know.
Wow.
And it's just been amazing. And to see the company go from selling a couple hundred homes a year to almost 1,000, we're really and we're evolving. So we see our market in Jacksonville, we don't have a lot of big spaces for communities. Well, we do have some amazing communities that we're building in now. We have buyers that call and say, hey, I have a piece of land on an acre and I want to build a beautiful luxury home. So I've been doing this for about 2 years now. So we're building in really great areas of Jacksonville on people's land. So we call it on your land.
Okay. What are the main target areas? I know you said Madeira is one of them. And then,
so we're working with the developer in Madeira and Glen Kernan.
Glen Kernan.
Yep. Okay. And then we're doing a lot of like tear downs and rebuilds in St. Augustine, Jack's Beach, along Ponte Vedra, anything on the water, river, and ocean. So that's been really fun projects.
That's awesome.
Yeah, when somebody comes and they're like, I need a scullery kitchen, I was like, scullery kitchen. What is that?
So what does the process look like? Let's say that somebody has a fresh piece of ground, ready for some new construction.
My favorite.
What does that look like?
So we like to have a meet and greet. I have a partner, Emily, that we work together with the buyers through the whole process. We want to simplify this because it can be very overwhelming, right? Even when you're looking at a home that's already built, it's still overwhelming for buyers. So we want to simplify that process, make it fun, make it enjoyable. We have an initial meet and greet, decide what the buyers are looking for, what they want to put in their home, how they want to live in that home, in that space, and then just kind of have these conversations in this process. We go out to the site. We have a team. Our division president will be out there, our construction manager. We get an army that goes out to look at this land because we want to make sure that we are putting our best foot forward. And pricing is very important when you're on your land, right? And their prices can vary. So we like to give as much information up front and set those expectations that as much as information that we know about the land as possible, we can set expectations on how it's going to help us to develop that land and build that dream home.
That's really important, especially if you're having to bring in utilities or different things like that. So I know it's quite a bit of a process, permitting and all the different things that go into it.
Yes.
When working with somebody, is everything all custom, or do y'all have different like templates and different designs that they can choose from and mix and match? What does that look like?
So that's a really great question, and we get that a lot. So we have a couple different processes. One, we can take a floor plan that we already build. Like we can go into, we have like 26 models that we can take a look at,
Wow.
right? Just from Daytona up here. So we can walk through a home and somebody can say, oh, I love this, but let's rearrange a couple spaces. Or we can take a blank piece of paper and custom draw, sit down with our in-house team and just custom draw their floor plan that they're wanting to. Or some people are finding things on the internet where they're like, I love this. And I'm like, have you seen it?
They're just like, okay, here's my Pinterest.
That's right. That's exactly.
Bring it to life.
That's 100% happens too. So we're there for anything. We are 100% custom. But that means we can build a floor plan that is already in our like system, which makes it really easy for buyers and pricing and feeling the space, right? Because half of real estate is being able to feel that space, or just drawing, creating their own space.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really fun.
And it's so nice that you're able to bring people's visions to life, people's dreams to life, give them their dream home, probably sometimes maybe the last home that they'll ever live in.
I know.
For some of these people that are, building their custom luxury dream home on this land that they have, it may very well be the last one that they ever do. So
that's right.
That's really amazing that you're able to work on projects like that. And you've got such a grandiose team that's got specializations in so many different places that you're able to bring things together. So what is your goal for 2026?
Like personally, professionally, with
we're
buyers?
We're on professional right now, but you can throw some personal stuff in there if you want.
Well, it's so funny because when I took this role like 2 years ago, I had like these huge, right? Like I'm gonna sell
Lofty
3
goals,
a month.
yeah.
I came from Seven Pines, right? I'd opened Seven Pines, which was like shooting fish in a bucket. Like everybody just, right, that was easy.
Just walks in and wants
walks in and wants to buy a house that day.
Yeah.
So I had some really lofty goals, but I've kind of shifted my focus to not so much like production, but more making sure that the homes that we're creating and building, it's a great experience for the buyers and they understand that we really truly care. I want them to, years from now, sit in their living room and be like, Kelly, or maybe they don't even remember my name, but they're just like, this was the perfect, it was great. We went through some ups and downs, we got through some challenges, but they communicated, they delivered a beautiful home, place they create memories. So I think really having that experience is really my goal, I think, for 2026. Of course, we would love to sell a lot, and it's really fun working in big communities like a Glen Kernan, where our average home is probably 8,000 square feet.
That's insane.
It's insane, and I love walking through it and dreaming with the buyers. But I have goals just to make this division, because it's still kind of new to us, making it the best it can be.
Absolutely.
So
how for something like that? So, I mean, 7,000, 8,000 square feet. How long does that take?
Well, so because we are a smaller company, we're very custom on the front, and we're more production on the back end, meaning the build. So we're kind of a unicorn in the market. We have all the trades, we have all these processes in place, and if we need to be nimble and kind of shift, we can. But I mean, from permit to build, like 7-8 months.
Okay.
So
that's like a completed product.
Yeah.
That's pretty
now,
fast.
the front end is what takes a minute, right?
Yeah.
Like deciding the plan, going to design center. Everything is in-house with us, which is great. But we are faster in our whole production.
Like a year,
Yes,
really,
from
talking
contract
to
to
somebody
delivery.
About a year. And that seems about right. But for a product like that, 7,000, 8,000 square feet, custom luxury design, to get it done in that amount of time is very efficient.
It is very efficient.
You guys do have one of, if not one of my favorite quality luxury construction products in our area. So I was so glad that you came and I got to be introduced to you. I'll definitely keep you in mind for anything that comes up in my brokerage through my agents and my business.
Of course.
If we have any, luxury lots or land that maybe needs some development, and for any of the viewers out there that may want to get in touch with you, how would they get in touch with you? They got something they want to build.
So I am super easy to find. I don't try not to get into a lot of trouble, but I'm on a lot of social media, but they can always call the ICI homes, either go on our website, my information is there, or just to our, just call.
Or just call her directly.
Or just call me directly, I'm pretty easy to find.
I'll put her information in there, you give her a call, she'll answer all your questions and build your dream home.
That's right.
So thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you so
on the show
much.
today.
This was a lot of fun.
I really appreciate
Of course.
it. And again, her information will be in there so you guys can connect with her, build your dream home. And thanks for tuning in to another episode of Buzz on Real Estate with your host, Broker Bryce, owner of Coldwell Banker Anabasis Realty. And I'll catch you at the next one.